All right. Let's see here. Boom. I think everything's running all right. How you guys doing tonight? This afternoon, today, morning for some. What's going on, folks? Good to see you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you guys are doing well. Kind of a random time. Listen, I know it's a bit of a random time for us to be streaming. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. I had plans when I saw Giants dropping the video today. I was going to watch it and do a video on it. I thought instead of me doing a video, how about we do a video live stream of sorts together? Now, I know some of you probably have already seen this. I was actually sent to me this morning first thing. Like, hey, Clutch, have you checked this out yet? I'm like, I have not had a chance. I will check it out. And instead of me doing that, let's do it together. I figure we'd be better off that way. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for stopping in once again. Appreciate you guys. Of course, don't forget to slap a like. Do it for me. I appreciate you if you guys do that. It does wonders. So the Vredo, I'm hoping that we get some proper pronunciations here today, because I'm so bad with half the European products they put out. I'm not good at pronouncing them at all. I know it's always so much contention when it comes to DLCs for Farming Simulator. It seems like I have to admit I have been on the forefront of complaining about some of them as well. I have a funny feeling this DLC will be very similar with a lot of people. But if you guys watched my previous video, I think we did a preview video on this maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe. You can check that out. It's back a couple days or a couple weeks ago, I should say. I kind of changed my opinion a little bit because I've realized a few things. We'll let their video go through a little bit here, but my opinion on the DLC, I think, has changed a little bit. I think I think some people are too critical at times. I've seen comments of like, well, I just want more equipment. I just want more crops. I just want more. I'm like, guys, we need to change this up. I think we're done with that, aren't we? I don't think we need more of that. I think we need more features. That's my personal opinion. And this DLC, I think, kind of brings a couple of new features to us. So, if you guys watch my video, that's where I'm taking this from. Now, actually, you know what? Let's bring this up, because what is the price tag on this? We can look at that together. Boom. Cool. So, of course, if you've been on their website, you can zoom this in a little bit, I suppose, eh? What's our price tag on this going to be? Is it posted here? Is it like $7.10 Canadian, I think, right now? I don't see the price on this one. I have to go to the actual page. But you're getting, 12 pieces of equipment. It's all, for the most part, Grassland and Slurry injecting equipment. Yeah, it looks okay. It comes out next Tuesday on the 24th. There's nothing, as far as the equipment goes, there's nothing that I'm looking at and saying, oh boy, I can't wait to try that. That's not a thing for me for this equipment. But it does have a couple new things with, well, we're changing the way the fertilization works. Hey, Don, cheers, man. Appreciate that. For Grassland stuff. Appreciate the Renew membership, brother. Good to see you. $7.99, Richard says. Okay, there you go. So, $7.99. Yeah, that's like, it's not like it's the most expensive, and it's also part of the Year 2 Seasons Pass. Once again, we're only getting technically 2 DLCs plus an expansion for the Year 2 Seasons Pass. It seems like it's lacking. I think Giants is going to be changing things up with their DLC plans. What do they have? Let's go back to the actual page itself. So $7.19 right now on sale. Okay. So that's until the 24th. Of course, link is down in the description if you guys want to pick this up right away. That does go to help the channel as well. So I appreciate it when you guys purchase it through my links. But yeah, there's all the equipment we're going to get. Let's sit in and we're going to listen to what Giants has to say about this, because I know Benny, I saw Benny was already chatting about it on their page. I loaded up the video and just saw his face show up. So we're going to go this. We'll get some commentary. We'll go back and forth through this. And we'll chat basically about this stuff. Pumps and hoses was better. I love pumps and hoses. It was a $20 DLC, mind you, right? It was a much more fleshed out DLC for Farm Sim 22. I do not argue with you. I think you are 100% right. Pumps and hoses was a great DLC. I'm hoping that we get something along those lines, but I don't know. No work today for this guy, but I've got lots of stuff going on the back end here, to be perfectly honest. I need to get through, which is one of the reasons why we're not doing a video today on this. Here, let me turn this down. We don't need the tunes on. We'll just get this playing, and we'll see here.
Everyone, and welcome to the Vredo Pack Show. Today, joining me is Stefan Mauros, our senior gameplay programmer and lead integrator. He will show me the whole pack.
Yeah, of course.
Vredo pack with all the things in
I thought
there.
Benny was going to do it all.
I
thought it was all going to be Benny today. Here, let me move my head out of the way. I'm in the wrong spot.
All of this, we will have a giveaway, so just check out the description. There you will find a link to a Vredo key.
You guys got audio? You guys are good with audio?
Join there over the link and have the opportunity to win one Vredo key for your platform.
So that's over on, I think I linked it in the page. So if you click the link down in the description, you guys should be able to go over to their video and get it there, it looks like.
Of March. And yeah, you will have the chance to win a key and enter the giveaway. Before we get started,
not gonna lie, guys, I miss Kermit a little bit.
What is it like
right, we're doing these
on the Vredo pack? Maybe give us some insight, something that happened when working on it. What was important for you to bring this into the game?
Yeah, so the Vredo pack was a bit more of a challenge compared to some other DLCs maybe, because we got a lot of new gameplay functionality.
Okay. See, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. So we're getting gameplay functionality right out of the bat. I think people, I don't know what it is. I know people obsess about just having like new equipment basically, but I think we need to push away from that. Modders have taken care of all the equipment. I've said this in every single live stream in the last, I haven't done a lot of live streams lately, guys, I admit, but I would say that by comparison, we don't need to have new equipment all the time. Now let's move away from that and let's start getting some gameplay features instead.
The overseeding, of course, there was also a challenge to integrate into the game nicely, that it looks also nice. But I also do like the vehicles quite a lot. I like the big slurry tankers.
Whoa!
We will see.
I was just thinking, okay, now we've got, I can't remember the name of the model on this guy. Let me bring this back up for a second. The slurry tanker, it's got, those are tire pressure monitoring systems, I believe, right? So I know pumps and hoses, I would love to see that since we're talking so much about slurry injecting. What about, I mean, we did get a mod, right? Hang on a sec. Stand by. I know we're going to watch it. I know I want to watch this fully through, but we did get a mod on that lately, right? For PC at least. Was it the tire pressure monitoring mod or something along those lines? Let's see, where was that? I know I saw that. I haven't downloaded it because I don't see a need for it right now. Did I not see it lately, chat? I'm sure there's somebody who's seen it recently. Tire pressure, is it here? I thought it was right in here somewhere, maybe not. Anyways, the mod, let's just I'm gonna just search this up here just to see tire. Does anything come up? Yeah, variable tire pressure. This is what I was thinking right here. Now, of course, what's the point of having variable tire pressures? This is what I thought of it. There's no point in having variable tire pressures if there's no soil compaction. But that's kind of a neat. Now we have this mod. I wonder if they're not building it in. Chat says no. Okay. Richard's saying not so much. Interesting. All right. Well, food for thought.
Everything of this, like in
tire pressure monitoring is like that's what those tubes are right there. If you go back, actually, right in this picture right here, I didn't even notice it in the screenshot before.
Everything you will get in the pack, all features, all stuff, and Stefan, I think we can have a look into the features, the gameplay. What have you brought us?
Yeah.
Before we get into that, what do you guys think of, like, I see the comment there, is it's too finicky maybe to add in tire pressure monitoring because there's no point in game. Is that a feature in game that would be too much? Like to sit there and think, okay, well, we're gonna have tire pressure monitoring. I want to adjust tire pressures now because of field compaction. Is that, I don't know for the casual gamer especially if that's going to be a feature that people would want. I'm not 100% sure. I think if you're in this chat with me right now, I think you guys probably would say, I would want it. Just make it so it's disabled. You can turn it on and off. It's disableable. Look at me with the words. That might be an interesting feature in the future. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think that I think it's one of those features that you have to have turn on, turn offable, basically.
Let's jump into it directly. So I prepared here a grass field with the overseeders. Yeah, but first I want to tell you something about Vredo in general. So
Fredo? Not, I was not pronouncing it that way. Is that correct? It's like more of an F than a V. Is that correct? It must be. Okay.
Vredo is a Dutch company. Some of you might know this already, but they started actually as a farming contractor. So it was back in the 50s, so quite some time ago. And over the time, they got some tools from other manufacturers, but they did not really suit their conditions they had on the field. So they started to modify those tools and vehicles.
The tire pressure mod affects the vehicle grip. Does it affect it? Does it make a change, Blue Butter? I have not messed with the mod. If it works that way, that's great. If it does have some kind of a change, that would be a nice feature to add. If we're gonna have a tire pressure monitoring system like we're showing on some of those slurry tankers, I think that mod will go in nicely with that.
Over the time, and like this, they developed more from the contractor in a manufacturer of farming vehicles as we know them today.
I can't say I've ever heard of the Vredo before this, guys. This is all new to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. The first tool, so it was in 1976, actually, was an overseeder. So the overseeders that will show you now directly as the first feature.
The models look nice.
Famous for their discs they have. So they got like some vertical cutting discs. So they cut nicely into the grass and put the seeds into that. And they got also like a similar technology for the slurry injectors, which I will show you later on as well. So they also cut nicely into the ground and then put the slurry into the ground and close it again. So this is a quite nice way to do that, and they're really famous for that technology. Cool. Let's start with the overseeding. So
so this is one of the new features that I kind of missed originally on the first talk when we were first previewing the DLCs. After reading through it the second couple times, I'm like, okay, well, it's a brand new feature. So I kind of wanted to see how this is going to work. Being able to have a little bit more of an effect on our grasslands. Now, what I was hoping for, to be perfectly honest, guys, if you go to Vredo's website, they said like it's more of a turf care type of a product, basically. I was really hoping we could roll turf up, like we could cut grass, roll turf, and sell that as almost like a production. It doesn't look like that's what this is going to do at all. I'm not seeing that in any of the footage, unfortunately. I was really hoping we could do turf and sell that off as a product. Doesn't seem like that's really an option.
Definitely a new thing. So it's a new gameplay feature, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a lot of
Richard, nothing like that in the DLC.
It's more hardcore feature, I would say, but I really like to see that we get more in-depth agriculture.
Glad to see Giants has the cone of unfocusedness around their gameplay too. Still,
farming and so on.
You got to get rid of that thing.
Yeah.
I got to go change my code.
We can see here on the field that I prepared. It does not look like a regular grass field. There are some patches of grass that are missing, and that was that developed over time. So if you're
Steve's wants to see more workers on their field. That mod, there's a mod that's out for PC if you want to get that. It's in the mod hub. The AI workers, it's in the mod hub. The AI workers will do that. I don't think they go to the shop or store, but they go to the fields, which is kind of nice. You should check that one out.
Just using the grassland, if you cut...
In fact, actually, before this goes further, the Clutch Clips channel, there's a video I posted today from the live stream the other night where we talked about that and kind of showed it off.
Grass, if you use the tether...
Actually, no, it's not live yet. I lied.
Use the forage wagon if you drive on the field, maybe if it's wet conditioned and so on. Also in reality you get damage on the grass, so it would not always be perfect.
Wait. Did he say if it's wet, it gets damaged?
The forage wagon if you drive on the field, maybe if it's wet conditioned and so on. Also in reality you get damage on the grass, so it would not always be perfect, and you.
Am I hearing that right? So we have grass crop destruction now? Is that what you're hearing as well, guys? Or is that just lost in translation a bit? I don't remember hearing about that before. So grass crop destruction depending on weather? Okay. I don't mind that. This is one of the features that I want to see going forward. Lost in translation. This is one thing I do want to see going forward, though. Is instead of like having to make roadways in Farm Sim, like if you're always taking a certain path to get to a certain part of your farm, if you're always taking that same path, I want to see tire tracks slowly generate into that spot, basically. So it's like a dirt road that gets generated just because you're driving on it multiple times and you take the same road. Not the first time, not the second or whatever, but like if you do it a couple of times in a month or whatever it might be, if it's the same path you're always taking, I would love to see that turn into some kind of a dirt path, like a dirt roadway of some sort. And if that's maybe they're thinking about it, I don't know. Why not?
Might get some patches of grassland where no grass is growing anymore. And that's what we've added here as well. So you can here see some areas of
it looks like the hail damage, doesn't it?
Less dense grass.
A little bit different.
Some dirt that's spawned. Yeah, and that developed over the time. So actually, like this field here is like after 9 harvests. So if you do 3 harvests a year, that is the result after 3 years. And you have, due to that, due to the missing spots of grass, you got less yield. So it's about 5% less after 3 years.
That's not that much, guys. 5% after 3 years. Does that? I don't know if that accumulates after 6. Is it 10% then?
Okay, so but first of all, for everyone that don't want to play like with this penalty of having like spots on the grassland, it's something you can toggle on and off.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's important for basically all of the features we got.
He said 3 years to lose 5%.
Also a setting where you can turn it off, and also the board.
I think it should be higher as well.
Later on,
and it's all
that
turn offable as well. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
In the menu, and
I like
don't have that.
I will sit there and talk about like all these features I would love to see that make things more difficult or more realistic almost. And then if I get the pushback all the time, it's like, well, does it still make it so entry-level players can get in? This is what you have to do right over here. Make it so you can shut all this stuff off, or it comes defaulted off, and then recommends you can turn things on as you progress. I think this is the easiest way for them to do it.
Sounds pretty good.
Norwegian
Cool.
farmer, three harvests a year, 3 a year. So yeah, so after 9 harvests, that's what he said.
That's
I think there are a lot of fans out there
much.
that really want to play this feature.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And then you got the overseeders. So it's called overseeding because you seed directly into the existing grassland. If you would reseed the field, it would completely, so if you plow it and seed it completely from scratch, but that's like overseeders, they seed into the existing grassland.
So you don't get a yield bonus though. It's just a regular.
Our overseeders, overseeder here at the back and can drive on the field.
That's
and
nice.
You can see at the back. Gets a bit darker, the grass is a bit flatter.
Hang on a sec, I get a right shot here.
Like the rolled grass.
Move to the left.
And also the patches that were missing will be added in again. So after the next growth stage,
it's a repair seeder, okay.
Month, the grass looks then clean again. You get the full yield again. So this makes then sense to do.
Okay, so I was under the impression that this was like fertilizing in a sense, like an overseeder would give you a yield bonus more so than just fixing damage. I guess I was mistaken on that. What's with the what is this on these devices? Does anybody know in chat? I don't know what these yellow little baffles are basically that are attached here. They're kind of strange. I saw like earlier on when he gets out, they're just kind of hanging up there. I thought maybe they came out, but they don't seem to move. I don't know what they are. Anyways, looks interesting.
It after 3 years from the
Cool.
yes.
So 3 years. He's reiterated that.
Three
Okay.
different overseeders. So the main difference is basically the width of them. So we got, this is the biggest one, the Agri Air Twin.
Wings for
so
DJ to fast farm. Yeah, there you
6
go.
meters of width, roughly. And we got the two smaller ones here that are both in 3-meter versions. But they look also a bit different. So they use kind of different technology here. So we got the two air seeders, so the bigger one and the smaller one.
So they look
use
different,
basically air to put the
but they
seeds
do all
into
the same
ground.
things,
So which is
just different sizes.
a bit more precise than
Okay.
the regular seeders. From the gameplay side, in our game, it doesn't
watching.
make that difference, but we just wanted to have some variation there.
So they
this
they
is
do the
like-
exact same things. There's no difference between all of them. They just are different sizes, like a regular seeder essentially. Okay, like I said, I was still hoping for a yield bonus on this stuff.
The simplest version, the
well.
cheapest version, which just works like a mechanical seeder.
Yeah.
So you get here this wheel at the side, which then controls how much seeds it puts in the air.
Maybe just a question for everyone that is not on the same page right now. What is like the difference?
It does look like a
between
roller. You're right.
Overseeding and just use a seeding machine.
Yeah, the overseeding is way simpler. You save a lot of money because you don't need to plow first and then seed it again. So you seed directly into the existing grassland, which makes
I
it
guess,
cheaper.
right? Like,
And
Alright.
also better for the environment because the plowing takes a lot of power of the tractor to cultivate the whole
Makes
field
sense.
again. And
I feel like
Yeah,
I still
so-
feel like the overseeders should just give you a yield bonus. I think that's where it should be. Yeah, it should fix it, give you a yield bonus like you fertilized it. You don't have to cultivate, I guess. I suppose the way I'm looking at this is that, well, generally right now in Farm Sim, we don't need to ever cultivate or plow our grassland fields. And once this mod is enabled, I guess technically you will have to every 3 years if you want to get maximum yields, right? So, man, that's a bit of a tough one. It's going to change the way we work our grasslands, I suppose. That's that's kind of unfortunate a little bit. Now I've got to rethink things, but there's not a lot of options for that. I guess we could probably recode. I wonder if you can recode some of the standard planters to do the same thing.
it's way better with the overseeders. And those seeders especially are really precise because they cut into the ground and put the seeds directly into the ground. There are some other technologies of overseeding that just put the seeds on the top and put them with some weeders into the ground. But
Some weeders,
they were proven to be I think the best result. They're also from the
But call it
working, they're
different.
not
Yeah,
that
exactly.
wide
There you go.
and quite heavy.
Good to see you, Mr.
compared
Dunn.
to
How are you,
others.
dude?
But they deliver kind of the best result. We got also some visual configurations of the roll at the back. I think here's like the flat roll at the back,
Okay.
and here you got also the flat roll, but the other
So it's
one
got
had
rollers
slab,
on the back. Does that count as rolling the field out? Does that take that up?
different rolls. So you got some visual configurations there as well. Yeah.
But does it actually
Cool.
do anything? Does
What's
it get a
next?
yield bonus?
Yeah,
Do we
that's
get rid of
it
that
with
extra
the
2%?
overseeders.
Maybe
Come on,
maybe
guys.
we make
Let me
it
know.
like this time that I ask the questions when it's part of overseeding. So one person asked, how does this boost your yields
Oh.
in game? So how many
go.
percentage maybe,
They heard me.
or like where's the difference? I mean, you've
Yeah,
already mentioned like
Yeah.
the 3 years or 6 years. Sorry.
Yeah, 3 years, 9 harvests or nine times cutting the grass. But it's not actually boosting the yield. It's more like reducing the yield if you don't.
That's
do
exactly
it,
what I
because
was
you get
saying,
some
right?
patches that are missing.
It doesn't sound like there's any
you
kind of a
get less
boost.
yield if you don't do it, and you get the full yield again if you reseed again.
All right, so there's no boost. You're just going to get the standardized
And
yield.
another
So
question.
if you want to keep your grasslands working properly, every 3 years you got to buy one of these pieces of equipment and use it every 3 years. Interesting. The other, no, it'd be all in the DLC, so multiplayer shouldn't be affected anyway. Okay, well, it's an interesting concept. We'll have to mess with this and take a look and see what other options are there. I wonder if anybody can find a cheater way of messing with these grass fields now.
Regarding like the overseeding feature was, let me look it up. Does this only apply to the fruit type grass, or can it also be used on mod maps for other types of grassland? Like they use meadow clover, alfalfa.
Yeah, currently it only applies for grass, I think. I would need to check the code actually.
Right.
But it's on my to-do list to check it that it works also for the other fruit types that mod maps implemented.
Cool.
But it might, with the released version, the first version might only work with the base game grass. But I
I can't see it working with anything but grass for the base game
community
version, right? At
management
the start here.
So, yeah, let's have a look into this. if
Yeah,
it's
I
not
can't see it
already
working
in,
for anything
and
else.
Yeah, let's look up more stuff.
I mean, I'm sure you could
Vredo
edit
pack.
the
What have
XML,
you
but
brought here?
Yeah, I brought a nice cannon, but that's not part of the DLC. That was from the Highland pack. But I got here a cornfield that looks, pretty standard from the outside. Nothing special about it. But we got there also some damage. So if you
Oh, there we go.
Construction screen,
Okay.
you see it quite nicely from the top. We got here some damage.
so
in
this is the second
cornfield.
feature, right?
So this damage actually was caused by boars,
Okay.
By boars.
by wild boars. Yes.
Oh.
And that's another new gameplay feature we add
Wow.
now with the Vredo
Alright.
pack. It's not directly related to the Vredo pack or the vehicles.
Okay, so yeah, grassland changes, of course, to base game, and now wildlife damaging crops. Those are the two features. I know they're. I will agree they're minor features, but whatever, man. This is good. We got new features coming. I'm not going to be a total fanboy here. Like, yeah, this isn't the biggest DLC in the world, but it's relatively inexpensive. I know, $7 still money, but we're getting some new features, and hopefully this is the start of moving in this direction for Giants, because I think this is where their DLCs need to go from now on. They can't just be equipment, or new fruit types. I think we have plenty of crops. I get it. Guys like some crops that are in their area, and yeah, we could still add some here and there, but I think the feature set is really where the DLCs need to start pushing into. Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn, you boars!
And this was kind of a nice way because we get the.
Oh man, I don't think the pew pew them piggies. Yeah, see that's the other one right there where Giants is stuck a little bit with themselves. They do not want to move up from whatever the base, the very lowest whatever guideline it is, right? So I make the argument every time that I've had this conversation with anyone. Not that I talk with people from Giants very often, but does it really make a difference? Is anyone buying your game that's like a PG level or below? Like, this is not really a young kids series, right? So does it matter that you can't get the very baseline, like the E for everyone guideline? Can you not get it up a little bit and allow and allow some of that stuff to happen, right? Actually, like hunting or like acknowledge what we're doing when we're harvesting cattle or anything like that, right? Can we at least acknowledge that? Like, I know they're trying to really stay away from that, though.
Damage on the grassland, and then we could also do the damage from the boar, so it was kind of a good fit for that.
I think a lot of people asked for more gameplay features when the packs come out, and this is what we brought you. And I think it's cool, but as you've mentioned, this is like a cornfield, so they damage like every field.
They pretty much damage every field because they like
Pretty much,
quite
or
a
do?
lot of stuff. And yeah, I looked it up in the internet, and so yeah, they pretty much eat all the stuff.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'm not even sure how I feel about this yet. I guess it really depends on which map you're on, right? Like in my area, we don't have a ton of boars up here. I wouldn't want to have that on, but at the same token, there are other animals that will wreck crops, so maybe, I don't know.
but yeah, mainly corn. That's
That's also an option to toggle on and off, right?
yes,
Okay, you
of
could,
course.
yeah, let it down.
And
You turn that off.
Yeah,
I think someone asked, is it related to like toggle it off with hail and and the twisters, or is it like a separate function?
no, it's like a separate setting.
So-
So you can individually choose what you want to have, what you don't want to have. But
Yeah,
this
they should have had deer eat the crop. I think deer would have been simpler. I think deer are probably more common, are they not? I think, like, I don't mind the boars that do it, like adding another animal type that'll do that. But yeah, just having deer, because you see them all over the freaking place in game. Add them so that they can damage your crops maybe in some maps. I don't know. That seems like that would have been a little bit more logical, a little simpler, but I digress.
looks also quite nice. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
really
it
like it.
still reduces your yield, but
Yeah, I mean, it's something that
What
when
was the base crop there? Is it just like, I can't really tell. Like, what does it turn it to when it's been damaged? It doesn't look like it's cultivated, but just a seed bed. I don't know.
yield, but
yeah, I mean, it's something
wrong, deer.
that when it comes to like gameplay that goes more in deep and like you have more functions, you have more penalties, like the whole game feels like more alive, and yeah, you have some results from like the whole environment, and I think that's what a lot of people are asking for. That there
I think
are
Benny heard me.
more
Always
things
asking
you
for
have
more
to
interaction
manage,
with in game. I
and
love it.
the board damage is something of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's more features, brother.
exactly. But there's also another way to get rid of the board damage. Yeah, you can disable just the setting. That's a simple way. But
We can go
there's
hunting, right? That's
also
what he's gonna say.
more
We're gonna go
realistic
hunting.
way, I would say. So normally in reality,
Away.
there are ways to get rid of the boars, which we cannot implement in the game because of our age rating, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we not call that? Yeah, of course not. Guys, get rid of the age rate. Go up a little bit. You could go up one level. You'll be totally fine. People aren't not going to buy Farming Simulator because you're up one age rating level. Come on,
But
man.
we got a different
even with
way
it-
here.
Whatever.
So I prepared here a wildlife feeder. So you're not feeding the boars directly, because that's illegal in most of the countries actually. But you're feeding like the other wild animals, so like deers and that stuff. Mainly for the wind.
What? What are we doing? We're feeding deer? I don't know what's going on in Europe, but I don't know too many farmers in North America that go and feed the deer. I mean, they might be lead. They might feed them with some lead, but what? What are we talking about here?
winter. So it makes in reality sense to feed them in the winter when they cannot find that much food. normally,
on.
because it's covered with snow, the fields and all that stuff. So you can feed the deers and that stuff, and you help with that action the forester in the game. So
right.
then the forester will take care of the boars or will help you to reduce the damage.
Alright.
How he does that, we don't know. But
Alright.
that's like a good way to help the forester.
So the forester, is that the hunter that goes after the deer that we're trying to attract with feed? Like that's the mind games we're playing here. Oh boy. I mean, okay, I get it. You guys are trying to find ways to skirt around what we're actually doing here. But oh man. This would be an awesome little mini game we could play ourselves, right? You're out planting a bunch. You see a bunch of boars off in the field. Oh, look at this! I'm gonna go grab my certain apparatus that's attached to the back of my tractor here. Go for a walk. Oh, thanks. I got some meat for the winter now. That's great. Thanks.
Actually, to
Give me that
do
mini
his
game.
work. And
Instead of
there's
fishing.
also there are missions that spawn with the wildlife feeders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so normally in October and November you can place them. If you already placed them, you got missions to fill them up again. And yeah, like
Okay.
this you get reminded
Which
of that.
crops you can fill the whole thing?
You fill it with hay,
Here's
I
Devin.
think, only.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that makes the
Good to
most
know.
sense for
So you need hay in order to fill these things up. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
And it's like a yearly job you have to do. And
I guess
then,
it makes as much sense as
yeah,
anything
you
else, I
don't have
suppose.
that much of boar damage.
Is there like a percentage how much you can reduce it, and how many placeables do you need around your fields?
I think you
Something
need
you know
you need like
about?
5. That's also in the missions. You have to place 5, and you have to refill those 5 at least.
Five over the whole map, and then it
Yeah,
works?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to place them next to forests or trees where wild animals normally live. So you cannot place it in the city. That makes not that much sense.
I don't know. I see deer running through my
But,
shop
yeah,
all the time, so I don't know.
And they will find the food. Yeah.
And to the boars, there's another question. Will
Birds
there
follow
be
rabbit all day.
any
Yeah, there you go.
notifications when boars spawn? I don't think so.
No,
because,
no. You never know. You
Yeah,
don't-
I mean, they are just part of the whole wildlife,
Yeah.
and they come and destroy your field when they want.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
There's no like
Yeah.
notification.
Oh, that'd be such a
"Oh,
good
now
mission. I
they're
wish we
on
could.
your field."
Man, the more we go
Yeah.
into this,
But
the
if
more
you
I want to see more of like a
reduce it,
hunting
you
DLC
place
pack.
Placeables, and if you want to get completely rid of them, you can toggle off them in the menu. Right.
Exactly.
Could you imagine
It
if that was one of the
normally
DLC
happens at
packs they
night,
decided all of a
where
sudden
you
to just
don't
kind of
see
come
it
out with?
where you
That'd be
sleep,
great.
So, yeah. What
All
else
right.
do we have? I already mentioned
Slurry
it a bit.
injectors.
The slurry tools. So first we got here our Vredo VT.
There's a lot of
Actually,
detail to that
Vredo
model,
truck.
guys. I'll give them that much. Like, it looks good.
7,000. So that's the biggest version we got in the game. So self-driving slurry tanker basically, with 3 axles, quite huge. Got a capacity
Yeah,
of
it looks really nice.
32,000 liters.
like I said, I love the
See here.
tire pressure monitoring or that's on there. I
And we got a slurry injector at the back.
would like to make use of it.
And
That's
I was
all.
already telling you something about the discs they have, which they
Yeah.
are quite famous for. And that's actually the double
in the
V
board of the field.
disc,
Look
they
hilarious.
call it. And they cut into the ground quite nicely. With the
Oh, yeah.
spring, they also get the,
Looks great.
the pressure up. And then they cut the ground, and the back you can see where the slurry is injected into the ground then afterwards. So also quite nice for grassland. to
I've
get
found the
it really,
detailing in
to the
Farm Sim has
roots
never
of
really
the-
been an
of
issue.
the
Giants is
grass.
really pretty good at detailing equipment
yeah.
in the last few years, right?
Sounds nice.
And this is
wanna
this
show
is the
us?
same. They've done a
Yes,
pretty good job once again. It looks like
Yes,
this
I
looks
already filled it up.
pretty darn good.
and we can just lower it. It adjusts nicely to the ground. You also see it here a bit because it's not a completely flat
And now
ground
look at
here, so it aligns
what is
nicely.
it? Pumps and hoses again? Like
with
looking
it.
at all this.
And I also want
be
to
great.
show you the GPS that is working nicely with the crab steering mode.
Oh,
So the crab
Oh, okay.
steering normally, so if you look
I never
from
used
the,
crab
from the
steering.
front,
Never.
the vehicle is aligned to the side, which in reality is for the ground compaction. So
Right.
normally you do this because the vehicle is quite heavy like this. You got 32,000 liters of slurry, which is quite heavy, and the tool itself is also quite heavy already.
so you want to make sure like the whole vehicle is not driving on one lane. so,
Yeah, exactly.
Like the whole weight
So,
is.
yeah. And like this, you
But-
see, it uses a wider.
We want to
width,
avoid ground, but that's not a
actually.
feature. Is that going to
And
be a
also the
feature, guys?
GPS is correctly adjusting to that, so it keeps the.
The fact that they're talking about this makes me think that maybe this will be a feature at, like, not now, but at some point. Like, Giants is not bad at throwing out hints like this over the years, right?
tool
Just
in the
saying, could
center
ground
of the,
compaction be a thing that we see
lane here at the back?
before the end of 25,
And,
or would it maybe
yeah,
the next
fits
farm sim?
then
I don't know,
nicely
but
to the-
they're
to the
talking a lot
GPS
about.
lines, and like this you can
I don't know.
inject the slurry into the ground. You can also we got also the Mercedes-Benz
Oh,
pack
wait.
installed actually.
Drive.
And
Move
you
it forward. Does
also
that camera
see
work?
The nice little camera here,
Oh,
so
there
you
we go.
can see the tool at the back. So if
Is
you
it-
lift it
oh, it
up,
is
you
working.
can see the state of the
Finally, we're getting
Right.
more of
And
that
so if
instead of
you
static
already
images
own
in
the
cab.
Mercedes-Benz
Finally.
pack, you will have this feature and the Fredo
Finally,
pack.
Giants. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah. And
Now make the
also got
displays work properly
you might
too, though.
already see it. Got precision farming installed as well, the free mod from us, and you got also the John Deere manual sensing.
Those interior cameras, because the Mercedes-Benz pack, anybody on Xbox, has anyone had any issues with it? They work fine on Xbox, I assume, as well. But does it have messed with anyone's frame rate at all? I'm curious if anyone's had any issues with that stuff. Because that obviously seems like that would be a little bit more of a CPU draw or a graphic display draw, that's all. But give me more of those displays. I love that
sensor at the
idea. Yeah,
back.
that's
Very
right.
important because a lot of people ask me, is it compatible with
Yeah.
precision
Yeah,
farming?
yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's of course, yeah. But we also got this VT in a different version. So first we got a
Oh, the pipe
different
comes out.
distributor at the back. So we got the Bomech, the Multi 4 XL, which is a bit wider.
Oh.
Rack house distributor.
The pipe comes out.
But it would not fit directly onto the VT as on the other VT because if you look at the tank here, the tank is quite wide. But with this Bomech, you need a lot of space for the holding of the Bomech. So they got a different tank version here, which is a bit slimmer.
Oh, that's going to be
But
fun.
it actually gets still
Will-
the same capacity.
Will I
how
let you
they
put the
did
wrong
it in
one on the wrong
reality is
tank?
They added an extension on top,
Great.
as you can see here,
I'm going to break something for
which
sure.
can be unfolded, and you got like this tarp inside, which is like a tarp that got a slurry below
Okay.
it, and then adjust to the fill level of the tanker.
Okay. So it's like a normal
so if
fill
you
type
fill
then?
it up now,
First thing, you can fill it up like manually, right?
yeah,
As you
yeah,
can
so
see
you
here
can
with the truck.
control
That's
the
an
arm here.
important feature for a lot of people, so you have to show us.
Yeah, does it actually
Yeah,
work though?
Yeah, so you fill it up. No,
So you're able to move like the whole
But does it?
hole, right?
yeah, you move the whole arm into the hole. You don't have to because some players just don't want it because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Also, a bit of practice.
But
as
will
well
it
to
actually allow you
hit
to
it,
fill in this state, or do you still have to pull up beside it and
Um,
fill up?
But if you want,
Right.
you can do it also from the interior. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
so
don't
there
really
was
see it,
just the
but,
question: does the front
I wonder if you
suction arm work?
because was the there was a couple pieces of equipment I think even right now in 25 that the pipe can move on, but if you have the pipe like in this situation right here, it will not actually fill up until you pull up beside the tanker and hit the hit point, right? The hit box. Will this still, like, is there a hit box like in the pipe essentially that allows it to fill up and knows it's there? I wonder if that will work. Hopefully, I mean, if they're talking about this, I'm going to assume that Giants knows that means this works, right? You just have to put it there, you can hit fill, and it'll actually fill the thing now. Hopefully.
yeah.
And will the front suction arm be fully functionable?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. I can just start the filling.
Oh,
and
never mind. He did it right
this,
there.
It fills, up.
Yeah. See, look at they're doing it works. Okay.
I want to
That's what
show
I want to
the
know right
tarp
there.
here because it behaves quite nice.
So if he pulls that pipe back out now, would it stop though? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, hashtag realism is stickish.
We spent some time with that and added like simplified liquid simulation for that.
Oh, I see.
And you see it.
The
that
pipe
it
never
starts at
stops.
the
Exactly.
front
I bet it doesn't.
because the vehicle is a bit angled like this because of the slope here. So if I remove the arm here at the front and drive a bit,
Oh.
you see that it moves around. So
Interesting.
you really
Okay.
feel that there's liquid inside
Oh,
of
that's
the
not
tank.
bad.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and it also, now it's at the front, but if I turn the vehicle around, yeah, it gets the back. because
interesting.
The orientation of the vehicle is different then. So that looks pretty
So you can have
nice.
products kind of bounce around a little
That's
bit.
cool.
Yeah.
This was a feature I thought about a long time ago and I thought would be interesting. Now, not necessarily when we're talking about slurry, but what about like having, like when you overfill a combine and like the old saying, like you hit the brakes too hard and the combine stops and you get the cab corn, right? Corn comes over the roof and all on top of your cab. It seems like this could be a precursor to something like that too, where you'd be able to, if you got to a certain full field level on a combine or a trailer and we're not driving correctly, you could lose parts of your harvest because of it. This looks actually pretty good. And plus this is a liquid. I mean, obviously you can't see the liquid because it's in some kind of a bag, they said, but there's got to be other applications where this would be kind of cool to have in Farm Sim.
Yeah. I've a few questions regarding like the whole slurry injectors and stuff, all vehicles in general.
What do you got, Benny?
Will the
Come on now.
Vredo tracks be swap bodies for modding capability, or is the tank fixed on it?
The tank is fixed actually.
Come off, there's no way.
Yeah, Vredo wanted it like this. We could not implement like
Where you
different
could
extensions
faster
for
and
that.
drive more crops lost in the trailer.
That
Really?
was not wanted.
I actually remember that one, Richard. That comes,
Slurry,
yeah. So that would be the
Fair
same
enough.
idea then. Yeah, driving too quick and all your crops would blow out of your trailers,
I,
right?
I just spit all the
Without you didn't put a
questions
tarp on
out
it.
now.
I think
Would the
I kinda like
Vredo
that
pack
idea, to be
have
honest.
a manure spreader configuration, or is it strictly an injector setup?
Yeah, it's strictly the injectors. You don't have the menu spreader. Yeah.
yeah, dynamic
And a lot
liquid
of
trailers could make
people
weight.
have
Yeah, you're right.
seen,
For
like,
sure, could
the
change the way
tire
vehicles
pressure
handle.
control system. That is
Yeah.
a visual feature here. Is
What's he
there
saying?
any
Hang on a
visual
sec.
feature here? The tire pressure control system. That is
Yeah.
a visual feature here. Is
Those look
there
so
any
good.
option to use like the tire pressure system or not?
Currently, it's only visually.
Yeah.
Because we implemented it because it's quite common on those vehicles because you get the white tires.
Currently, it's only visual. Guys, is it a bit of a tell? Do you think this could be an option going forward? Right. I mean, we've talked about the crowd steering now, and field compaction, and now the tire pressure stuff. Right. All related with crop compaction or field compaction. right? You heard his words.
Currently, it's only visually.
Yeah.
Currently?
Because we implemented because it's
Maybe.
quite common on those vehicles because you get the white tires. If you lower the
You
pressure,
can get it in Mod Hub, you're right.
you get the pressure that is on the ground even less because you extend like the area of the tire. That makes totally sense in reality. Currently, we don't have a detailed ground simulation of compaction. That would be something for the future for sure.
There we go.
And that's why we did not implement
Interesting.
the tire pressure regulation for now. Maybe it will come in the future. It would be a nice feature actually. But
I bet you that's
currently it's
something they're
only
working at. I
visually
bet you that's going to be the
on
next big
those
feature
Vredo vehicles.
in Farm Sim.
It's
Either the
available
next
on
game
all
or
three.
maybe even a
So we
DLC
actually
potentially,
got
right?
multiple
I don't know if you
Vredos.
could do
We
with the
got,
DLC though.
like 3 different sizes, the 4000, the
Well, why not?
5000, and the 7000.
You can add game features, can't you? Unless the whole map has to
with
change.
different capacities. Also, some are a bit cheaper, like the 2 smaller ones. So maybe for the start, a bit better.
Yeah, but a good question, a question that was asked quite frequently, and I think that's good feedback for all of us here at Giants. If you guys out there tell us this is something you want to see, then we can have a look into this and see
I
what
think the maps would require a change,
bring.
right? I think that's the big thing right there. It's not just a matter of equipment
Yeah.
changing.
According to the blog, so this is a longer question.
To make it actually
Vredo
make sense.
Slurry injectors don't just restore, they boost yield and crop quality by improving how nutrients get into the soil. What exactly does that mean?
It's
Okay.
basically the Slurry injectors work like regular manure distributors or slurry
It's just
distributors.
a fertilizing
so,
type. Nothing special.
Yeah, it's just like the regular the other ones.
Instead
so
of
there's
instead of being technical and changing the way it's the same as just adding fertilizer, right? Unfortunately, for Farm Sim,
Nothing special basically about it. In reality, that it's a bit different because in reality you get a way more difference between all those different technologies to apply the slurry to the ground. But currently that would be way too complicated for.
why is it? Why do they always shy away from complicated? You're. I know, like once again, I get it. They want to open it up to everybody in the market, but man, like you're calling yourself farming a simulator, but then you shy away from the simulation aspect of it sometimes, and that just give it so you can adjust it with a menu on or off what you want to have, because there is a large segment that would appreciate that, I think.
For the game to implement it like this. We got here different versions of the Profi, the slurry injectors. So this is like one of the smallest, and the other
They're afraid
one
of
was
breaking
actually
stuff as well. I
biggest
think you're right,
one,
Richard.
The 18-meter version, but it goes down to 6 meters actually.
That could be frustrating.
And here also we got
Consoles as well. You're right. That could be a
the
part of
one
it. You're not
tool that
wrong
is
there.
Not from Vredo actually, so it's the Evers Agro. This Caro with slurry injector.
Okay. That's nice.
Our slurry application.
These look great,
kit.
guys. I really like the models of them.
So you
For
can
someone who never
also
does slurry
apply
injection,
this,
maybe I
this
can do more.
Caro and
They look really
apply
nice.
the slurry with this combination. Evers Agro, not a new brand. We introduced it with the Nexat pack
Last year, right?
last year. But like this, you can also have
Okay.
different ways of applying the slurry.
Would be nice if they had got rid of the European
Yeah, but
badging and had
also
North American badges on this as well, even though I don't think that's going to
Always
happen.
important for the people. They
Yes.
want to see the shop
They break as much
section
as
and
Easy,
Yeah.
Blue Tide. Come on,
can
man.
do in the price.
Yeah, so we got here the Profi, the slurry injectors. You got not that many
Wheels.
configurations here. You got the support wheels, which are custom-made wheels for
Yeah, I
those
can't remove the
tools,
European
we
badging, it
actually
looks like.
implemented
That's
into
all
the
right.
Game. Pretty simple for them. Then you got the Vredo, the Evers Toric, this Caro.
What do they got?
You got the
So they're all the same,
for
essentially. Overseeders. Okay.
They've got like the
No
this one
options?
Does it not?
Pack
but
roller
here
and a
you
flat
got
roller.
the
Okay.
roller type at the back. So you got
So the
a
ones that
flat
have the roller, will you get a
and
yield bonus from
this,
those then at
packer
least?
roller.
I would hope, right?
So
I would
just
hope.
have a
I wonder.
visual difference there, but not functionality wise. Then you got the three Vredo trucks, and you got a lot of configurations on them. Of course,
The brand
the wheel
slurry
setup.
arms.
So you get also like the
Oh, you can change the
narrow
tank
twin wheel
size?
setup here,
Oh, yeah, right.
which is quite nice actually. If
What's
you
the
apply
32,000Z
slurry
and
into,
32,000
corn
ZS?
fields, so if the corn is quite
Tank setup. The
low, you
unfoldable.
can drive with them into the field, and because of the spacing here from the wheels, the corn rows get in between the wheels,
Ah, all right.
which is quite nice. And that works also quite nice with the Bombmilch application.
Okay, yeah, you can get, of course.
Then you got here the slurry arm. So we got slurry arm configurations on all of the trucks. So we got here,
And it will
What other
always
options do you have?
work like we've seen it.
yeah.
I like
yeah,
the fact that they made the
a
slurry
bit
arm so it's
different,
functional at least this time.
So the first
and
configuration
it
here
seems to work
on the
the
biggest
way you'd
one
expect,
is like a
but you don't need to use it. I like that.
version.
That's a good compromise.
Then you got one version which you can extend even more. So you got like an hydraulic extension, and you got on all three you got
The old
this,
sewer pipe.
hose which you normally use if you get slurry out of underground tanks.
Yeah,
So
the old
you
RV
put
If
sewer
this
pipe.
place this,
like it.
next to the field, you would use this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, exactly. But normally you always bring the slurry, especially with the bigger ones, you bring the slurry to the field and then use like those arms to get it out of the slurry tanker.
The old rubber pipe expansion,
I think
exactly.
the whole DLC gives a lot of new opportunities to
Yeah.
play, like
What's with the tank?
whole
Click the tank
grass
setup.
feature,
Let me see the
the
tank
com-
setup.
like with all the cow features, like
There we go.
Slurry,
Okay. So it's an
and
unfoldable
it
tank. That's the one he
all
showed
fits
off. I got it.
Well, in
Yeah.
place and together,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
And here we got the tanker configuration that I was
Mm-hmm.
already showing. So we got the slimmer tank here. So here is
Oh, okay. That's what he was talking about beforehand. So you could change the
This-
tank to have the right
this
slurry
one is your
injector connection
favorite,
point.
right?
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I spent some time with the liquid simulation.
I bet
on
you're right,
top,
Richard. No,
but
no
I
collisions
think
on it.
looks
I
quite
would
nice.
assume the same.
And this is like the state when it's folded, so you get still
Mm-hmm.
below the 3 meters height, maybe, or 3 meters 50. I'm not sure. So it's still.
What
not
about the
that
manure
high,
sensor? What would that
actually.
do?
And you just unfold it
Is
in
that-
the field, and you
Is that?
are a bit lower.
Cool.
So
I guess we're not gonna find out
brought you
yet.
some more stuff
right.
actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, not only the Vredo pack. It's the Content Update 5 that has been released on
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday.
this came
So
out,
for the people that haven't seen
this
that
week, that's right.
already. Yeah, just a small content update actually.
It's free stuff, guys.
Two little machines
don't know.
here. We got first the Crummer.
Actually, this is not bad. I like this.
The
Oh, that's a nice
KT
one.
575.
I rarely use
Yeah,
telehandlers,
use
but
it, for example, to
it's-
stack
it's all right.
bales, like here with the Gewal bale grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a telehandler. And here we got a new sprayer.
I don't
for
think I'm ever going to
vineyards.
use this. Has
So
anybody used doing
actually,
grapes in Farm Sim
first time
25?
a
Has
bigger
anybody done
vineyard
any?
sprayer.
I
We
can't
only
say I have done a
the,
single time done any grapes this
Hardy
time.
that could do
I don't see
one
myself
row,
doing it, to
but
be honest
this
with you.
Actually, can do
Once again,
multiple
free
rows at
free
the
stuff
same
with the
time.
update.
So,
I'm never going to complain.
it's
Thanks,
actually
Giants, for putting this
three,
stuff out. I just don't do grapes.
rows
It's
that are
not my
sprayed,
thing.
from the
I think
different
whatever.
sides,
It's fine.
so,
Get some more grape
the
stuff. I'm
row
cool with it.
Gets in between here,
As long as it's free.
and then it's sprayed from each side, which is
I appreciate
quite
that they're
nice.
trying to like
And
fill
you
out
can
some of
do
the
spraying
smaller stuff
a
as
bit
well. That maybe you give you a few more
faster,
options,
on your
right? Like
vineyards.
that's nice.
And all of this is
But
for free. It's a
whatever, it's just not for
content
me. That's okay.
update,
I'm sure there's
so
got to be some people that are
just,
big into grapes, right?
Yeah,
I think I saw
patch
some
the
stuff
game.
on Reddit where guys were
You
doing it.
download it for free, and you will find it in your game menu, shop menu, whatever. And I think it's always cool.
Kramer's
to
nice,
see,
though.
Like,
I like to see
some
more I gotta
improvements
start
in
using
different
telehandlers more
areas,
often.
like, as you've mentioned, like better tool for spraying on vineyards and stuff.
CDP's excited. That's awesome.
We
I
always
need
want
to go
make
check out
sure
his
that
stuff.
The content updates brings you like new additions to the game for free.
All good.
So I think that's it for now.
All right, sounds like
for
it.
today.
Sounds like there's a giveaway, guys, on their page.
Thanks for
Click the link in the
having
description
you,
if you guys want to take
Stefan,
part in their
here
giveaway,
at
if you want to win a
our
copy of the DLC that they just
studio.
talked about.
And thanks for showing us the new Vredo pack that will come out on the 24th of March.
2 rows at once? I mean, yeah, you guessed. You could do more then,
I
right?
think it's already available
Which is
to
extremely tedious.
purchase. You get 10% off now. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Thanks, Stefan, again.
that it?
And I think the last words are for you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoys the DLC, the new features that we brought, and also, yeah, the vehicles.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's all they got for us. All right. Cool. I don't know. It's like I said, guys, right off the bat there. It is not the most, I don't know, technical, the biggest DLC package ever. That's for sure for Farm Sim. But it is something a little bit different, and we're getting new features, which I'm kind of a fan of. So I guess that makes me happy in that sense. Originally, if you guys watched my video, I was upset with the DLC, and I kind of changed my mind once I thought about the fact we're getting new features now. That's kind of cool. Is it my favorite? No, but at the same time, it's something different. It's something new, and relatively low cost of entry on this, of course, as well. So that's kind of a nice thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comments in the chat here as well. Are you guys going to pick this up? Are you thinking about it? I know lots of you will. I know some people are adamant that this isn't for them, and that's totally fine. I get it. Base game Farm Sim has a lot of options. Modding community in Farm Sim is still hot and alive, doing lots of cool stuff as well. So that's all great. This is all good. But I want to see, like I said, more features, more new features. The what was it? The crop destruction, the field compaction. That sounds like something I could really get behind, to be honest with you. Who knows? Maybe that's something we'll see in the future, like they were talking about. And it seems like that's something they're working on, in my humble opinion. Obviously, I have no idea if it's true or not, but there's a possibility that could be a thing. So I'm really hoping that's it. So I think we'll call it there. If you guys want to check out the whole video, of course, thanks for Giants for doing that today. You click down the link. There's our whole video is right there. Without my commentary, me yapping away in the background, you can check it out there. Of course, they're doing a giveaway on it as well. So if you want to get part of the giveaway, I think you have to go to their video or their YouTube page and take part of it there. That's all I got for you guys today. So I'm actually going to be downloading this later on here, and I'll see if I can maybe get a stream going. I think we can stream it tomorrow. So maybe I'll try and do an early stream when we can do things tomorrow. I think I'll see if I'll set something up for you guys. All right. We'll check it out, and we'll see you guys when that happens. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is something a little bit different, like I said. So thanks for coming and hanging out for a bit. It's been good seeing you guys in here. Have a great rest of your whatever day it is, 19th. Is it Thursday today? It's definitely a Thursday. Have a great Thursday. We'll chat with you guys soon. All right. Cheers, crew. Good to see you guys. I know I've got a button here for that stuff somewhere. Boom.